This is a series I'm doing for honoring Lord Ganesha, and this is about the features of Lord Ganesha and how we can teach our children, our teens and students, to understand Lord Ganesha's features and help take a reference of them to handle our day-to-day problems that our children face, because Lord Ganesha is the Lord of, he's a very favorite God amongst not only adults but also students. So I thought it's very easy to do a live than doing a record and then uploading into the YouTube. So I am doing a series of these. So please show it with your children, so that it can become like something which you all can talk about during this festive season. So Lord Ganesha, in this session, I'm talking about the broken tusk. Usually, we hear Lord Ganesha having Ekadanta. So when we are singing, also we have Ekadanta, Hai Dhimahi, like that, right? So what is the story? Before to that, I wanted to also talk about this series is only for students and teens, okay? Because we do celebrate the festival, but we don't celebrate it using the tattva of Lord Ganesha. So I want each of you, who to whomever this video comes across, um, just see if you can teach this to your students, to your children. So usually what are the problems that teens face or students face is like perfectionism. I need to be very perfect. I can't, if I don't come in the class first, or if I don't um, do perfect job, it's not good. Or I can't take, I can't make mistakes, I can't fail. I have a very poor relation with failure, and I am not okay with anything substandard. All of this indirectly adds a lot of pressure to us, lot of peer pressure, that if I don't get scores, if I'm not pretty, if I'm not beautiful, if I'm not like picture perfect, if I don't carry this, I'll be judged wrongly, I'll be not being accepted. So there's a lot of overthinking that happens around this idea of perfectionism. So to combat that, let me tell you a small story of Lord Ganesha, which is um, so Mahabharata, which is one of our holy grantha scripture. It supposedly has some 2 lakh verses, close to or beyond, and I'm just telling it as a reference at how big is it. And um, someone has to write it. For Veda Vyasa is a Maharishi who composes it, and he goes and says, I want a scribble, I want someone to write it, as I'm channeling this, I'm getting it from the divine, so I want someone to write it. And since Lord Ganesha is usually considered to be the Lord of wisdom and knowledge, um, they go to meet him, and says, Lord Ganesha, you are the perfect person to write this scripture. You are the perfect person to write the Mahabharata verses when my Vedavyasa Rishi is dictating. So please, can you please do it? Then Lord Ganesha agrees very readily, with the condition that um, you know he can't stop it. And the Vyasa Rishi says, you have to understand everything before you write it. Okay, so there is like a two-way communication, which is, he says you need to understand every words before you write, and Lord Ganesha says you should not stop, you should keep going. I want to quickly finish it. Okay, just like how teen says we want to quickly finish everything and just go on to our work, similarly Lord Ganesha says, just finish, I'll be done with it very quickly. So um you know Vedavyasa Rishi starts dictating, and in that there are a lot of complex verses. If we read Mahabharata in Sanskrit, there's a lot of complexity involved in certain sentences, certain ways, and that complexity is it is being put to by Vedavyasa Rishi to help Lord Ganesha understand, to make those pauses, to help them mm, pause and understand what is that he is writing, and then write it, because that's the condition he has given, right, in the first place, that you need to understand what you are um, writing, and only then write. So that is what Vedavyasa Rishi has said to Lord Ganesha. And Lord Ganesha is taking his time to write it, but very fast. Inside of it, what happens is stylus, the pen that he's writing in those old times on these palm leaves, broke. So what he does, he just breaks his tusk, one of the tusk, and start using that as a pen and start writing it. So inside of all of this, what are the some of the things that we can definitely understand, or definitely learn, is that human limitation. There is something called a limitation that each one of us possesses. So instead of chasing perfectionism, let's chase being the better self of ourselves. So whenever you have the urge, whenever the children, whatever we can talk about is, whenever you have the urge to um, say, I have to be perfect, I have to come first, otherwise this overthinking, we can run our we can remember the task that Lord Ganesha has. So when the pen broke, he has choice, he can stop it, or he can just say, it doesn't matter, I will just continue my work, however it comes, it's fine. After, if it doesn't come, I can review it, but I will not stop. So this gives you a small window of thought process, that I need, I doesn't it my work doesn't have to be perfect, I just have to move forward one step a day. And if at all I have something to revise, because perfection is a, our classwork, our schoolwork is a function of iteration. So because of that perfection, we don't even begin the work, right? We don't even want to start the work. At that time, you can tell to yourself, I don't have to, in the fear that it has to be perfect, I don't have to postpone it forever. I can just say, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just have to start, I will just do it at this point of time. Instead of saying, I need to come first in, I have to practice math, so I have to do 100 sums a day, I have to do 200 sums. The moment I see 100 sums, 200 sums, I get scared and I postpone. So please follow this series, Ritika. So whatever is the series I'm talking, learn to understand, because nothing is instant solutions. You need to practice what we are saying here. So unfortunately, things or like confidence or stagnancy requires a lot of work. So that is what I'm talking. You are not here for a reason. So please understand what I'm saying. Okay. So your need for stagnancy is coming from perhaps perfection, that I had to do the best. And when you think about the best, you get scared and you don't even start. You don't even move to uh, do it. Or the moment we try to do some work, the work feels so big that I don't even understand what is happening. At that time, what is that we do? Postpone. So that is the reason I'm saying, instead of having the perfect goals, that I have to do this, I have to complete everything the best, I have to do everything today, I plan to do 10 problems. And then instead of saying, till today you're not done even one problem, how can you aim to do 10 problems? It's not possible, right? So today you say, okay, I'm gonna do two problems. In the two problems, whatever happens, I'm gonna complete two and then go to the next two. In case if I do mistakes in this two, I will learn to correct it and then I'll move to the next. And whenever you have this doubt that, oh, is this the right way, you can take reference from Lord Ganesha and say, yeah, see, he also has this broken task, he's also not perfect, but he has completed the whole verses of Mahabharata using 2 lakh verses. So I would rather complete my work rather than being stagnant, rather than waiting, procrastinate in the need for me to perfect. So what is that I can do? Before you have any task, whenever you are clouded by procrastination, before you are clouded by perfectionism, before clouded by peer pressure, that I have to, if at all I make mistakes, it means I'm failure, it means I and people will laugh at me, it means people will bully me, it means people will leave me. If when we are clouded with this kind of overthinking process, just run your mouth, your tongue around your teeth to remember Lord Ganesha's broken tusk, Ekadanta, and say, I don't have to be perfect. I am I am good the way I am. All I am looking at is work in progress. I'm comparing with my own self. Yesterday I was not able to do 10 problems in this particular focus area, and today I'm able to do 2 problems. It's a progress. I don't have to compare with myself with the number one student who is already there. Today what I know is what I know, and I'm gonna take steps from here, and I don't have to be perfect in the process. I will I Even though it is um, like Lord Ganesha, even though with the broken tusk, he has completed the story. So I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna complete my math or whatever I plan to do, instead of leaving it in between because of my perfection bug. This is what are some of the lessons we as people can learn from this one uh, Ekadanta. if at all if at all I am pushing myself till exhaustion because of my perfection bug, if at all I'm striving that I have to always be the best, I have to be the best, I have to be the best, this unrealistic self expectations, this over stress to do the best, or the fear that if I make a mistake, sometimes people will make fun of me, will find fault with me, will will make mm, will leave me, will abandon me. All of this will set a unrealistic bar for our work that we don't even start. It leads to unnecessary um, peer pressure about, the imaginary peer pressure. Though it's there or not, we overthink a lot in our head, and also we fear feedback, we fear that our work won't be the best, and we don't even start. So at that time, what can we tell to ourselves? Just like a grounding anchor, it's like a mental anchor. Run your tongue over your teeth to remember that God, Lord Ganesha has only one tusk that is broken, but still he did not stop. He did not get stopped by perfectionism. He just continued, and so is what we got the beautiful Mahabharata in place. So I'm also gonna just to do one task at a time. I'm gonna just do, if I'm not even having um the if the panic to do the best, or the perfection is making me not even begin my work, or redo my work 1,000 times in this need to be always the best, what I'll say, I'm gonna do this than waiting to be perfect. Okay, I will just write it for 45 minutes and then let my work see where I'm progressing. I'm gonna redo, or I'm gonna correct the mistakes, but I'm just gonna do. If at all I am still not even having the motivation to start that work because of the big goal I have set for myself, that I have to solve 100 problems, I have to come first in math, I have to solve 100 problems. You have not done 100 problems day before yesterday, you have not done 100 yesterday, tomorrow you're not gonna do. So start small. Just say, I'm gonna start this 5 minutes. Whatever is done in 5 minutes, I'm gonna do this on day one. The next day I'm gonna do 10. Next day I'm gonna do 15. Inside of that, whatever I've done correctly, I'm gonna praise. Whatever I've done wrong, I'm gonna relook at the concept, understand what is gone wrong, and then move for myself. This is how I can imbibe the tattva of Lord Ganesha's broken tusk to help myself to move forward, not get gripped by the elements of procrastination, perfectionism, overthinking, fear of making mistakes. All of this I can stop myself when I look at that one element of broken task. So then about perhaps another feature that talks about Ganesha's features and its relation with some of the problems that we teens do face. So parents, please, during this vacation time of celebrations, also try to, if you are hearing this, teach this to your child in your own ways. If you are if you see your child is struggling with perfectionism, overthinking, peer pressure, use this as an example to teach them about the importance of comparing with our own self and progress over perfectionism. And if you are a parent who is expecting, demanding things to be perfect for your children, understand that perfection is overrated. Only nature can be perfect. The rest, all God's creations, are perfect. But meaning what? You and your child are perfect, but their traits need not be perfect because they're working from their own vices that are dictating their circumstances, and hence their subconscious patterns, habits, and emotions. So help them with these kind of early feedback mechanisms, starting slow, comparing with their own self, and celebrating those small successes before conquering the next big task. All right, hope this has been helpful for you. Let me stop here and talk about another feature in the next live. Thank you so much. I'm just doing these lives because it's so easy for me to upload it into the YouTube instead of that post processing and all of that. All right, so Ritika, um, there's a whole lot of problems you're dealing with, and it's not possible for us to talk like this. Okay, so follow these lives and see if it gets you some opening over it. There's a whole healing session I've done on people pleasing and being hard on yourself and all that. So in the same channel you'll find that information. Just go through that and work on yourself to let go of certain of these things that are clinging and stopping your progress. All right, ठीक है. Thank you so much for being live for all those. I will do another, uh, immediately I'll do another live, which is again talking about another feature of Lord Ganesha. All right. Thank you.